everybody. Welcome. Just in time for our next pin video. Come on in. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody, to Larry's Fountain Pens. I'm Larry, and I'm glad to be back. So, let's get on with the show. Today is a special day for me because I've got two of my favorite pens in. Monteverde is one of my favorite pens. I always have liked them and always will. But to me, these are special pens because they're just not your everyday Monteverde pen. Well, they're like in the green box. They have a nice pen case. I have always liked their pen cases. For me, I'm a pen case guy myself. Cardboard sleeves. Nice imitation leather pen case with the Monteverde USA logo on top. Just a really nice pen box. I save all my pen boxes. So, I got these in an auction, or I wouldn't be able to afford them otherwise. I did try to pick them up though at the Dallas Pen Show, but the places I went to, they didn't have any, or there weren't any out, so that left me with not the pen I was looking for. I was on a mission. But anyway, so here we go. So I got one, so I said, you know what, why don't we get the sister? One's a brother and one's a sister. So let's open up the first one. Are you ready? Here we go. That's right, the Giant Sequoia, the beautiful green. Next, the Giant Sequoia, the beautiful blue. Beautiful blue resins and green resin. Masterfully done with greatness by Monteverde. At least my opinion. I think they did one hell of a job with these pens. Beautiful in every way. Big pens, bold pens, giant pens, great pens. So, what's going to happen? I want y'all to grab some popcorn, your favorite drink, kick it back, because we're going to start off with some music and pictures of these both beautiful Giant Sequoia fountain pens by Monteverde. At the end of the music and the fountain and the pen presentation, then I'll do the measurements and then I will give you a writing sample. Sit back and enjoy. Peace. Here are the Monteverde Giant Sequoia fountain pens, the newest addition to the Monteverde family, and I'm really glad they moved and made a pen of this size. And I do really think a lot about the craftsmanship that went into these pens, the beautiful color that they have in these fountain pens. So let's talk a little bit about the pen. And I'll set the green one aside for now. Beautiful blue. It is a twist cap And on the cap, you have the Monteverde Sequoia on the back. And the clip, well, let's take a shot at it right here on the pocket. Fits snug. It is tight, so it's going to fit nice and secure to your pocket. And it has the silver chrome-plated trim. Nothing on top of the cap, flat, round. And that's a dark blue black. And as we go down the barrel, you see that beautiful blue resin. Just really nice. Each pen is ergonomically balanced. Writing instrument is crafted from striped resins representing the trunks of the magnificent trees. And so it says that the flexible stainless steel is a medium nib, and the pen, as they all do, are complete with ink converters and ink cartridges. And here's this other one, the green one. So let's go ahead and take the green one apart. Untwist the cap. Now we'll talk about the green one. There's a step down, but there's nothing sharp to bother your fingers. And the grip has ample enough room for my fingers. I have small hands, and it's perfect there. But sometimes I may tend to hold my pen up a little higher. It just depends, I guess, my mood that day. But these pens are a joy, a true joy. At least for me they are. And the nib has the Monteverde logo on it, and it has Monteverde, number 6 nib, and your feed. And let's just open her up. And here is your converter. And don't forget, folks, when you have these Monteverde fountain pens, their converter, you twist the converter out. And there it are. It comes out. And twist back in the opposite way. And it's in, tight, secure, and it won't fall off your pen. And that's great when you're filling your fountain pen. And there goes the piston rod all the way down. Nice converters. I've never ever had any problem yet with any of my Monteverde fountain pens. And these are a true joy. I really, really like these pens. So, either pen makes no difference. They're both the same size, dimensions. They are 5.75 inches long, capped. 5 inches long, uncapped. In fact, I'll just put them over here right now. That'll stop all that rolling. And 6.75 long when posted. And that's how they look in my hand, posted. For me, it's fine. How does it balance in the hand? Well, just like that. And is it top heavy? You know, I have to say, for me, it works. It's balancing on its own. And it feels real nice. Like I've said before many times, I like large pens. And it's secure. So you can post it if you want. And the cap is over 0.625 inches in diameter at its widest point. So this was Monteverde's fountain pen. It was just an inspiration, they were saying, from the majestic beauty and size of the California Giant Sequoia trees. I love trees. I'm a tree guy. I'm a nature guy myself. Always have been, always will be to the day I die. I was always been fascinated by trees, the beauty, the size. And I remember when I was working at the Outdoor Learning Center in Lake Worth for elementary kids to be able to come spend the day, sometimes spend the night over the weekend, and learn about nature. I was one of the teachers there teaching about whatever position I was supposed to be in, and sometimes I taught about the tree and could tell them how old a tree was. That was pretty cool. But trees are beautiful. Every time I see the trees just being chopped down to make room for buildings, homes, I always get kind of icky inside, because these trees are here for us, to protect us, to help us, to nurture our lands. But it looks like nothing lasts forever. But still, these are mighty, beautiful, wonderful trees. The sequoia. That's a little bit of my feelings about trees and about these magnificent pens. So what do you say now? We ink them up and get to writing. Okay, folks, now it's time to ink up the fountain pen. And I am going to ink up the sister Sequoia, beautiful pen, with nothing better, I think, than the Magical Forest shimmering ink. Perfect match, right? Ta-da! Great. And I hope y'all are still with me. Bear with me, because the writing sample, I'm going to use some Tomo River paper. I'm going to use some of Anna's colorings and some Rhodia lined paper and some Life plain paper. So I'm going to be doing some writing. That way I can get my ink on the colorings and do a paper test, ink test as well. So that's cool. So here's some of my favorite ink. And I really love this ink. And the gold shimmer they have, oh, that's another one. But you still have, I have quite a lot of ink left. And I need to start telling myself, Larry, it's okay, you can use the ink, buy some more. I don't know if you're like me, but I hate to use up all my ink. Yeah, you can buy more, but still, I'm just an ink freak. Okay, I'm a geek. What else can I say? So, here we go, folks. I'm glad to be back. I am feeling a bit better. God willing, I'll fully recover here better and better each day. I was kind of scared there for a while because I was pretty sick. But anyway, here we go. Beautiful pen, beautiful ink. What a marriage. So here we go. And that's from one fill. And I'm going to empty it out. Just get some of the air out. And just go slow. You don't have to go fast. And I'm just taking my time and gabbing while I do it. And there's pretty much a good fill of ink in the converter. So I'll put this aside. And I better cap this up and put this in the box. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday evening today. If it's evening where you're at, if it's not morning. I've had a busy day today, and I'm blessed to be here on this earth. We have an amen on that. Amen. There you go. So, okay, first of all, let's go ahead and start with the Tomo River paper and see how this pen writes. Okay. Well, as you can see, it's not very wet. And as you can see, it's not writing very well at all. So, that bothers me because I have heard reviews that the nib is not all that great on these pens. But, that's okay. And this is really not good at all. It's going to have some love. As you can see, it just runs out of pep. Well, let's see if I can give it a bit of a tune-up real quick. Okay, and if that doesn't do it, I've got other ways. It helps some. And this is my first Monteverde I've ever experienced that's acting stupid. I'm still glad I bought the pens, that's for sure. So let's try it on the paper again. Now that's a bit wetter. There you go. Now it's starting to act a little bit better. This is with pressure. Now this is with no pressure. It's getting a tad better, I think. And we'll come back to that. Let me go ahead and let's put it in the coloring, because later on in the week I will be doing a review on some of the inks that I have in here. So, today is a Saturday. What, the 23rd, I believe. Yes, sir. It's getting close to Halloween time. All right. And this is the Magical Forest Diamine. Magical Forest. So, starting to run dry on me. What I'll do tonight, I am going to stick a sham down the middle of the split of the times right there, and let it stay in place overnight, and then I'll check it out in the morning. And that usually corrects it for the wetness. Now it is, well, it does have some feedback. And to me, it's writing more as a fine nib. Upside down. For real, upside down, it writes smoother than the regular side up. But there's not much going on. Regular side. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the Rhodia line paper. Well, that contest is going on, and I'm getting quite a big response from that. I'm excited as well on the giveaway coming up. Remember, it ends next Wednesday, 5 p. Okay. Much better. Okay, right here I didn't have any problems at all. No bad starts, no stops, no skips. Some S's, and this is no pressure at all. None whatsoever. Check out some line variation, no pressure. No pressure. Now let's do some pressure. There's the pressure. And you can see it does have some line variation. Okay, now we'll do it fast. And no problem keeping up. As you can remember, when I first started out, it wasn't doing too well. And it's doing much better now. So am I disappointed in the pen? Really, I'm not, because I love the pen because of the size, of the look, of the feel. It's just a well-made pen. Just the nib is just not up to par, in my opinion. I did make it a bit wetter. It was rather dry when I just tried it. And you all saw the first-hand look when I applied the pen to the paper. Check for wetness. We shouldn't have much. And see how dry that is? And if you keep up with my videos, you know that I love a wet, juicy pen. So, okay, now we're going to go to the Life paper, because as you know, I like to keep my inks in here as well, because different paper to me gives different looks from your inks. So, today is Saturday. and 9, 23, 17. Boy, Santa Claus is just around the corner, and I can't wait for Santa. And this is not mine. Magical forest. All right. I can see that nice glitter coming up. I can see it sparkling all through there. Well, I'll set that aside, and I'm going to come back on here again. I'm using for the lines in the background for me. There you have it. That is the Monteverde Giant Sequoia fountain pen. If you like large fountain pens, this is the pen to have. So while I'm out here, here is the Shaper snorkel on the sides. And let me grab a few other pens from my pen box, just quick. And here is a Jinhao 250. See how big that pen is? And here is a, well, it's hard for me to see the name, but it's a big pen. Okay, I just saw it on the band on the back, Sherpa. Now, I don't know who puts that, this fountain pen out, but it's a neat looking fountain pen. But it's a big pen, but not as big as the Giant. The Giant still holds it. So, let me do this. Let me go and see what I can pull out of my bag of tricks here. So, here's the Marta Medina fountain pen. Here's the Hells Bells, Delta Hells Bells. And the Sequoia is a bit longer than the Delta Hells Bells. But I'm thinking that they both kind of had that same girth to it. Maybe the Delta might be a tad more girthier, but the Giant Sequoia still has some length to it. Let's try the Montegrappa right here. And the Sequoia is just hair longer and more girth to it. So this overall wins by a hair between the Montegrappa and the Hells Bells and this weirdo over there. So, and last but not least, I don't want to bore you with my fountain pens. Please spare me. Let me get bold and crazy here. And let me do this. Let me set these aside for now. And here is my Sailor 1911 Standard Large. Of course, the Sequoia outdoes it, but the Sailor is a magnificent fountain pen. Let me see here. Here is my Harley Davidson Waterman. Okay. The Sequoia still holds its own. Maybe. Well, here's a few more. Here's one of my all-time favorites, my Levenger. It's a bad boy. Now, the Sequoia outdoes the Levenger with no problem. But on the girth, I think that the Levenger would probably have a little bit more girth than the Sequoia. Great fountain pen. Don't you guys just love fountain pens? I do. So let's do the Conklin All-American. There you go. They're, I think, about the same length, or pretty darn close. And the girth is pretty much the same. You're seeing it, so you can make that call, but that's what it looks like to me. So, you want to try a Vanscotti with it. And, of course, the Sequoia wins again, hands down. So, that, my friends, should give you some idea about these magnificent fountain pens. Am I disappointed in the pens? I got mixed feelings. Am I glad I bought the pens? For sure. You know, even after I heard some of the reviews, the previous reviews on the pen, I wasn't discouraged at all. I was kind of prepared for this to happen anyway. But, you know, seeing is believing. When you actually have a pen in your hand, then you experience that feeling. But I've been pretty lucky. Like I said, I've never had any problems with my Monteverde. This one I have. So I'm not going to bother to ink up the blue one. Maybe later I'll do it, but I'm sure it'll have the same problems as the green one. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up. So, I love the pen still. Just a nice fountain pen. Beautiful fountain pen. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Nicely made. I like everything about it except for the nib. And remember, these are number 6 size nibs. You can always stick in another nib of your choice. So I would put maybe another number 6 nib in it. Not sure yet. So that's going to wrap this video up. And I want to thank you guys for being with me today. Also, I want to thank everybody that has recently subscribed to my channel. And also, thank you to everyone that has sent some donations to my PayPal. I appreciate it. And I will keep your names anonymous per your request. And last but not least, if you want to send me a fountain pen, and you'd like for me to review it, feel free to do so, and I'll send it back to you. But that's it, folks. Until next time, well, don't forget, first of all, leave your comments below. Hit that subscribe button. How about a thumbs up on the review today? Now, that will finish up this video. So, be safe, peace, love to all. And remember, please do not text and drive. Later, folks. Okay, my friends, I gave it some thought, and I said, you know what? I might as well do a writing sample of the blue Sequoia that I have and not put it off. And I'm glad I did. And here's why. On Tomo River paper, see the wetness and the flow of this ink? Wet. Wet. Nice and wet. I don't have to do anything to this nib. Nib is fine. You know, I got to thinking after I completed the writing test on the green one, and line variation, none. Line variation has some. And I'm glad I did because I love the wetness. As you can see, you can get a fine out of upside down if you care to write. Big difference, right? That's regular. That's upside down. Very nice. So, I'm so glad that my baby is fine. I'm glad, because I was saying, oh, please, not you too. And there's nothing wrong with my nib on this one. The first nib, dry and a bit scratchy. So, right now I am performing surgery on the green one, just to get it wetter first and go from there. This one, nothing. All right, thanks a lot. I hope this info was helpful, because now I'm thinking, well, maybe Monteverde needs to pay closer attention in the quality control check if they check their pens, because there are some magnificent fountain pens. And I will continue to buy their fountain pens, and I will continue to enjoy such a magnificent fountain pen. Thanks, God bless, be safe, and don't text and drive. I'm done.